We deal with a number of clients every year that are purchasing new construction. One of the misconceptions is people are buying new construction, they can walk into a sales office and work directly with that salesperson on site. They can do that, but in the state of South Carolina, that means they are unrepresented in that transaction.
So when you go to buy a new home or you build a home, you want to take an agent with you so that you have representation. Typically the person on site is representing the builder, and most of the time they're not licensed agents, they're salespeople.
The salesperson on site is truly representing the builder, as you can imagine. So even though they're very nice people, they're not representing the buyer in the transaction. One of the things our team takes pride in is stepping into that and representing the buyer. Again, typically at no additional cost to that buyer, and making sure that they're represented in the transaction. And what I try to do is explain it to especially new buyers. It's almost like if you go to court and you use the other guy's attorney, all right, that would not make a lot of sense. You want to have your own representation in that transaction. That's one of the benefits we bring to them.
Even though the seller side of the new construction handles a lot of the transaction, we still have a very intricate role in going over the paperwork and representing our buyers in that transaction.
Our goal would be to represent you as a buyer, and we work for the buyer and not the seller in that situation.
I'm not sure if there's a lot of agents that has that team approach when it comes to dealing with clients, but having that really helped me, go through seamlessly through the entire process.
Really, our role is to walk them through step one through the end, through the time where they get the keys to their house. So we'll be with them all the way through the process. Many of the agents on our team, including myself, have a construction background.
My father-in-law was a custom home builder and did it for many, many years, and so we kind of know the ins and outs on what to do, what not to do.
When you use us for new construction, one of the other things we do, number one, is we know the neighborhoods. We oftentimes know the incentives the builders are offering in those neighborhoods that may not be published anywhere for the general public. We sell so many homes in the area, and especially new construction, we can help people understand where the best deals are, best financing for those neighborhoods. And one of the other things we throw in, just for icing on the cake, is we offer 3 hours of free design time for anybody who purchases through us.
They actually walked me through the whole entire punch list with the builder and made sure that everything was corrected at the final walkthrough.
It doesn't mean we're going to be out there inspecting. Obviously, we have inspectors for that. But we'll be there every step in the process to make sure things are done correctly. We'll represent them with the builder. We also can bring in our own inspectors to go through that as the buyer's going through that process to make sure everything is up to code, everything's up to standards that it should be.
Some of the fears we hear about new construction with folks is just that, if it's a brand new area, is it going to hold its value? What are they setting the price based on?
The Bachtel Group helps you in that aspect by making sure that you're not building too big for the neighborhood. We pull comps, we make sure that you're building the right size house in the right area, and our goal is that for you to be able to resell in 5 to 7 years to actually make money off the home that you buy.
As far as local builders and regional builders in town, we've worked with pretty much all the builders that are in the area. I can't say we work with every custom builder because there's hundreds of those, but we've worked with pretty much every regional builder, every builder who's out there in subdivisions that you see on site. We've worked with those guys. So we've helped buyers through the process with them. And one of the values we truly bring to a buyer is all of those are slightly different. So there are advantages with one builder over another one. And we can walk a buyer through that process to help them understand what are the advantages of one builder versus the other in those situations.
We spend a lot of time developing relationships with the different sales centers at all the new developments, and we try to go out as often as we can to the new development. So when somebody comes to us looking for a new construction, we have a portfolio of different options we can give to them.
We actually establish a lot of working relationships with the agents through those builders. So they are very familiar with us and they love to work with us.
Bachtel Group was such an easy group to deal with. They were great through the entire process. They answered all of my questions, made me feel comfortable with the buying and the selling process. Highly recommend them. I would never go to anybody else at this point.
that's our biggest concern, is to make sure that we are properly servicing our clients so that they are 100% satisfied with the product that we were able to help them purchase.